Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to CC Learning English again. And thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. In the previous lesson, we had learned about how to study about morphologies. And today, CC Learning English bring you some more lesson on the table for you all. The lesson is we talking how to study a morpheme. So a morpheme, that is a branch of morphology. If you're interested this lesson, so this lesson is for you. Don't forget subscribe and hit the bell to turn on notification. That's will you have received first lesson that I post to you all every Saturdays and Saturday and Sundays. All right. And one more thing that I have recommend to you all, all my video lesson I have drop link about is healthy and fitness for you. If you have any problem with your health, to be a strong and good looking and good friend, you can to look at the link in this video description below, and you can find what you want and you click to see what you orders. All right, so thank you very much for pay attention, and don't let your time shortly. Please go ahead together with me. Alright, okay, welcome to CC Learning English. And in the previous lesson, we're talking about morphology. And so today I have bring some one more topic that talking about morpheme. So what is a morpheme? So you have to stick around with me with this video lesson on presentation slide. You will be understand what is a morpheme. Alright. So here we go. So number one, I have the content of layouts. So the content of layout is definition of the morpheme. And number two, I will be talking about the branches of morpheme, or we can say that one more thing is we can say that the structure of the morpheme, because the morpheme divide into two parts. It means that we can say that about the free morpheme and bound morpheme. So number three, I talking about the free morpheme. So what is a free morpheme? So you can go through this video. And number four is talking about bound morpheme. So that is all the content layout. So what does it mean, content layout? Content layout, it means that something that we talk in this video lesson. If you want to clear about all of layout content, so you have to stick around until the end of the lesson and be carefully or concentrate to listening what I said. You will be understand exactly that you want to get about content layout in here. All right, so we're going to the next point. So next point is number two. I always told my student or my learner about what we are going to have after we watch these video lessons. So number one, I add understanding the definition of morpheme. So that is the one tip for you all have to know if you want to learn about morpheme. So number two, understanding about morpheme's branches. So we can understand how many branches of a morpheme that you want to know. That is the tactics for the learning about the morpheme. And number three, understanding a brief morpheme and bound morpheme. So what are different between a free morpheme and bound morpheme? So all this video in here. All right. And now we're going to the next step. The next step is, what is a morpheme? That is the question that you have to ask about morpheme if you want to know. All right. So I heard someone they know exactly it's about morpheme, but sometimes they're not clear. So this video it will be useful for you. So what is the morpheme is? Okay, so the morpheme is a small unit of language. It has its own meaning, neither a word or the part of word. The morpheme is a branch of morphology, and morphology is a branch of a linguistic, and linguistic is a branch of language. Language of what? The language of English. So if you want to learn about morpheme, you have to understand the connection one connects to other connect. Look like a language connect to English language, connect to linguistic language, and linguistic language connects to morphology, and morphology connect to morpheme, and morpheme connect to some part of that is the flow of branches that you have to understanding if you want to learn about morpheme. All right, so that's it. All right, about a morpheme. And so one more thing. All right, okay, here we go. One more thing. So here is the example for you to understanding. So I add worker. So worker, we have two morpheme. So two morpheme, there's work, one morpheme, and eos, it's is morpheme. So we have two morpheme. So books is books, just only one morpheme. When we add s to be a plural, so it's called two morpheme. So the farmers, that is have two morpheme too, because we have farm and mers. Okay, singer. So singer, that is also two morpheme. All right. So sing and girls. Unlike it means two morpheme too, and it's don't like it means love or like something. Okay, so the last one is a cool worker, that is three morpheme, like cool and work, and eos, it means that's a suffix, and this one a prefix, and word is a base word. Work is a base word. So that is called that. Sometimes they call basic word, or sometimes they call a root words. All right. So I hope you understanding about morpheme. All right. So morpheme is a small unit of a language or of a word. Look like word and curse. Look like books and farmer, singer, and like co-worker. Alright, that is the example for you to have understanding about morpheme. Alright, so and then we're going to the next. Alright, so next we're going to the branches of morpheme that I just told you. That is the important thing that all of you have to understanding about the branches of morpheme. So that is the kind make you understanding exactly about morpheme. All right. So and morpheme we have divided into 4.1 the free morpheme. So the question will ask you what is the free morpheme, and the answer is the free morpheme are the considered to be a basic word in linguistics, the best word that can stand alone. So it means that the word that can stand alone, or root word that can stand alone, that is called morpheme, free morpheme. And if you want to know exactly of the free morpheme, and you go ahead to see example, I will to detail about a free morpheme to you. All right. So here's an example. This look like the cat. Cat is that is an animal, but it is has the own meaning. So as it is not the meaning, it cannot stand alone. So free morpheme is talking about the word cat. So the cat is the word that it can stand alone. Alright, so it can call a free morpheme. And teach it means educate someone and spread or generate knowledge to other or transfer some knowledge to other. It means that free morpheme, but EO is not standalone, so it is cut it out, not talking in about. So keyboard, key is that standalone, right? So that is a basic word that we have to make understanding about free morpheme. It's the word that can stand alone. Look like the greenhouse. Also, the greenhouse that also we can stand alone. The green is the color. Yes. So the free morpheme, that's the word that can be stand alone and have the same own meaning. No more something adds more, right? So that is we call about free morpheme. And after that we going to compare between about free morpheme and bound morpheme. So here is the bound morpheme. You remember the branches of the morpheme, we just have only two. The first is talking about free morpheme, and second is we said about a bound morpheme. So what is the bound morpheme? Bound morpheme is a word that cannot stand alone. That's it. That is the finish. If you understand about the definition of the bound morpheme, I think that you understand, and I will tell you one more thing about bound morpheme in here. Alright? So, and then we go to a example, the free. Yes, free is not stand alone. Is even to free words, okay, and this that is not stand alone, and int it is not stand alone, and is not stand alone, im is not stand alone, x is not stand alone. So that's in totality the bound morpheme, that is the word cannot stand alone. Okay, or I will give example about important. Look like important. We add to be potent. Potent is the word that stand alone, and the is not the word cannot stand alone. So it's a little bit similar. So we wrap up together. We have to understanding about bound or free morpheme, that is the word that can stand alone, and the bound morpheme, the word cannot stand alone and have their own meaning. So when we join together, we have look like I want to talking about and so and not stand alone. So we add the light and light. It means that don't like. Right, that is, so light is free morpheme and is bound morpheme. So I hope that you are understanding about free morpheme and bound morpheme. I think that if you carry it out, I hope that you are understanding exactly all of them. And there will be, I have to make a presentation for about a more step by step to make you understand all of this. Thank you for pay attention on this my video, and if you think that this video is useful for your friend and you, please send it out to someone who you love. Okay, I'm Chandra from CC Learning English, and see you next video that I will make for you. Okay, thank you, see you, bye bye.